New attractions might be coming to the UK and Mexico pavilions over at Epcot, but we'll discuss why this might just be happening up next. Hi there Waltoneers, I'm Jack. This is DSNY Newscast. Go ahead and subscribe down below if you haven't already. Congratulations to Brooke, Zuko and also Gryffindor Geek for winning the DSNY Newscast pins from the last video, and we'll be doing that again in this video with the hidden Mickeys, and also the best comment will also win one of these DSNY Newscast pins. So with that being said, let's get to the news. But before we get to the news, Disney have just released some new details about D23 Expo, which is taking place in Anaheim as usual from July 14th to July 16th, about the Star Wars lands that are being built at both Disneyland and Disney's Hollywood Studios, as there will be an entire pavilion dedicated to the new 14-acre Star Wars land developments both at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. The pavilion will be called Walt Disney Parks and Resorts, a galaxy of stories, and will feature loads of unseen concept art and a huge scaled model which will show you all of the small details in 3D form of Star Wars Land. And then on Saturday, Bob Chapek, who is the chairman of Disney's Parks and Resorts, will be hosting a presentation where he will be providing even more details about the new lands and experiences. However, it will be interesting to see if they show any differences between the two different Star Wars lands being built, as the layout and the surrounding attractions for both Star Wars lands are completely different in both Disneyland and Disney's Hollywood Studios, so therefore it would only make sense that there should be some sort of difference between the two different lands being built. And I'll be covering all of D23 Expo that weekend of July 14th, giving you great in-depth analysis of everything that's going on. Now with that out of the way, Pixar released yesterday and treated us all to a full trailer for Coco, which is released November 22nd in the United States. In the trailer we got to see all new footage of the incredible world that Pixar have created of Land of the Dead. And we also now understand that the film will be centred firmly around the family history, instead of a solo journey of exploration and discovery that it made it seem like it was about in the first teaser trailer. Also, music will be a key part to this Pixar movie, as it will be Pixar's first musical. So the pressure is really on Lee Unkrich, who was the director of Toy Story 3, to really set the standard for a Pixar musical. But you're probably wondering why, Jack, why are you talking about Coco so much? Well, it all plays into the bigger picture. As you see, Disney are looking to centre the Mexico Pavilion over at Epcot around this Pixar movie, Coco. Much the same way that they've done with Norway's Pavilion and Frozen, with the end objective of converting the Grand Fiesta Tour featuring Donald Duck and the three caballeros into a full Coco-inspired attraction that won't just consist of a simple overlay like changing up the projection screens, but a full reimagining of the ride itself. And judging from the trailer that we've seen of Coco, the musical element is really going to inspire this attraction, as it's always been centered around the great music of Mexico. And this retheming will be no different. But that's not all, as we've now finally received our first look at Mary Poppins Returns, which is the sequel to Mary Poppins, which is 50 years in the making. As Entertainment Weekly gained exclusive access to the Mary Poppins Returns set, and from what they've said, this movie is shaping up to be something very special, as the movie itself will be set on 17 Cherry Tree Lane, but this time in the 1930s, with Michael Banks living in the family home that's seen in the original movie, with his 3 children and his sister Jane not too far away. But why does Mary Poppins return? Well, the reason for why she returns is since the passing of Michael's wife, someone needs to pick them up and get them back on their feet once again. And who better than Mary Poppins? However, with this film set to be Disney's big release for the Christmas period of 2018, talk has already started about bringing some sort of Mary Poppins experience to the United Kingdom Pavilion. Now this could just be a themed meet and greet, which would be great, but it could also extend a lot further than just that, as apparently a Loch Ness monster-inspired attraction has been rumoured for the pavilion for quite a while. But this style of attraction seems unlikely, as Disney would surely play off a major movie franchise such as Mary Poppins instead. But now it's over to you, the Waltoneers, as I would like to know what you would want to see come to the United Kingdom Pavilion over in Epcot. Whether it's Mary Poppins, or whether it's Peter Pan, or Alice in Wonderland, or some other type of United Kingdom themed attraction coming to Epcot. Really get creative with it, because I'm going to be giving away another one of these DSNY Newscast pins for the very best suggestion. But that's it for today's episode, and with that being said, go ahead and subscribe down below. And I've been Jack, you've been you, and I'll see you real soon.